first. And so in the game for the Rockets, we've got Jordan. LeBron James is out there with Bird. Then it's Curry. And it's Olajuwon in at the center, locking down the middle.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Jordan against Van Vliet. And Jordan gets it to go.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
Now here's Curry. 8 points for him. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
I think everybody in here is in shock. In many ways, their team just hasn't shown up.
Curry against Van Vliet. They could use a bucket. It's hauled in by LeBron. Jordan looking it over. And so it's the Houston Rockets in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Rockets here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Well, it's hard to get stops in this league with so much talent offensively. I love what they are doing right now.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Bird out there with LeBron James. Then it's Nowitzki. Then there's Kobe. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the one spot. Is that all of the tournament games are nationally televised. That's some added value and motivation for these squads.
Yeah, no one wants to perform poorly in front of a national audience. This is a chance early in the season to show everyone what you're about as a team and why you must be taken seriously.
Throws it down.
Yeah, and if you're going to give Brian a lane to the rim, then you deserve to get dunked on. You know how tenacious he is when penetrating inside.
Nowitzki looking it over. Over Butler. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Rockets?
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
Just 5 to shoot. Hield can't hit. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Houston. They are tearing through the league right now with 15 wins in a row.
And it has been a lot of fun to watch these guys. It looks like every team they face is trying to end this big run. I've been on both sides of a game like tonight's, and I'll tell you, it is tough to keep a streak going. There's a lot of pressure.
Shot by Hield, nobody around. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. It seems like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tim, has the ball handling and finishing package of a player 6 inches shorter. What he does at his size is...
Oh, nice!
Look at that.
And SGA showing you some impressive hops.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Van Vliet attacking. And it's blocked by SGA. Oh, and here we go. Kobe's got another fast break chance. We've got 1:55 left to play in the first half. Nice shot by James.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
To the middle. Here's Kuminga. Rejected by Nowitzki. One-on-one here. Payton against Bird. Tries from 16. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. This one for 3, and another 3 for Houston.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, they've gotten the matchup they want every time up the floor, and they have taken advantage of that.
And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Pass to Butler. Van Vliet up top. Hasn't made one yet. Payton from outside. Nowitzki with the rebound. James right side. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Warriors have gone an abysmal 0 of 6 from the field since the second quarter began. Outside Butler. They get a hand on it. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And here's LeBron outside. Connects from three-point range. LeBron's got 9 points.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
I like their offensive approach. They've been aggressive, but under control.
And so it's Houston, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
Thanks a lot, guys. Head coach Steve Kerr here with us now. Coach, what do you want to see from this team in the second half?
Well, we got to make some stops and get a little traction in this game. I mean, we fell behind right away, and so let's make a push the first 4 or 5 minutes, get back in the game.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Allie, thank you. And, folks, we'll be back with you right after this halftime break.
Howdy, folks. I know you've all been clamoring to find out how the Rookie of the Year race is looking, and we are not letting you down.
Some great options in there. In fact, these guys might compete for all-star spots for the next few years.
That's a big leap, Kenny. 1 or 2 of them, maybe, but most guys don't ever get to that level.
Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Warriors.
Where's the perimeter, D? I see no sense of urgency, and those boys are getting scorched.
Big fella, you might be able to guard the perimeter better right now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's take a step back.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
And this offense continues to find him in his sweet spots from deep.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. The backcourt pair will be Curry and Podziemski. Butler is the 4, and Green operates as the small ball center. And it's Moody in at the small forward. That's Steve Kerr. Five as we get into the second half. And you look at the addition of Jimmy Butler. G.A., why has he been such a fit for the Warriors?
He really is an unselfish, high IQ superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring has given them another look offensively.
Without a doubt, one of the most versatile shot blockers in the game. Olajuwon does it in the painted area as well as along the perimeter.
Jordan, and then slammed in by Jordan.
Oh, my goodness. The creativity, the athleticism of Michael Jordan.
Curry way outside, and Hakeem Olajuwon pulls it down. Olajuwon's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Jordan, and it's Houston with another.
I like the way they've established their offense to start the half. 3 straight makes.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand.
And that miss makes them 0 for 4 to start this quarter. Not exactly the start they were hoping for.
Bird looking it over. Outside Curry. The three-pointer is right on target. Curry's got 14 points.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Yeah, that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively.
Curry finds Butler. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss.
Looks, and then D up.
Curry passes to Jordan. Three-pointer, and another 3 for Houston. And G.A., you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so much more ground, and with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, whatever they talked about at halftime, it's working now.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Draymond Green is getting serious in the weight room. He said, one thing I learned is you have to lift weights. I was always naturally strong, so I was like, what do I need to lift for? These guys can't move me right now. But your body needs to be able to withstand the pounding of a long season. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you. For Houston, they've gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the field here in the third, coming out of the break very hot. Here's Curry driving to the basket, and the jam by Stephen Curry.
Well, if he gets this hot, it's very difficult to contain him. There are just so many ways Curry can beat you offensively.
And it's Butler missing.
He is just struggling right now to find his way and trying to regain his confidence.
Curry against Curry. Drives to the... Wow, what a play!
Unbelievable! Oh, that is nice right there. Curry on the move and finishing it off.
35 seconds left in the third. Fires for 3. There he goes again. That's his 9th straight basket. He's a perfect 9 for 9.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
They get it back. It's Curry outside. That one's not going to go.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, they've gotten the matchup they want every time up the floor, and they have taken advantage of that.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for Houston. Offensively, this has been his best game of the season. This is the most points he's scored all year. And we'll be back with you shortly. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, he made the right play. It didn't have to be a highlight reel play, and that's all you can ask from any position.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Pippen, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Bryant. Then there's Nowitzki, and it's James in at the 4. The long-distance 3 is buried. SGA's got 5 points now this quarter.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
No good from Peyton. James looking it over. Pass to SGA. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 3 assists now in this one.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
In the corner, it's Hield. And just miss after miss right now. Houston's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here's SG. Power that baby down! Wow!
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, now that hurts the defense there. Stylish move by SGA.
Van Vliet against SGA. Van Vliet kicks to Butler. Back to Van Vliet. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Rockets have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And James throws it down hard.
And what an explosive finisher LeBron is, rocking the rim whenever he goes up like that.
Pass to Butler. Outside Kuminga. And it's Van Vliet, top of the key. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Bryant, and Bryant slams it in.
Lightning quick off the bounce. Bryant, one of the better athletes to ever play this game.
Now Van Vliet. Kuminga up top. Nowitzki with the rebound. Nowitzki's got 4 rebounds now tonight. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. The Warriors pull it in. Shot to stop the run. Rejected by Nowitzki. Now here's Pippen. Takes it inside. And then Pippen slams it in.
And I like what the defense is thinking here, but Pippen gets physical inside and insists on getting to his shot.
Butler on the wing. He's defended by Nowitzki. Nowitzki with the steal.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Rockets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Stephen Curry.
Well, offensively, he was about as locked in as you can be, and his team continued to find him.
And the turnover again by Golden State. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. Different look here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Kuminga. Moody comes in for Gary Payton. Podziemski, he's checked in for Hield. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Chamberlain's checked in for the Rockets. Outside, Kobe puts up a 3. Good on the triple.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Yep, it counts.
And with a merciful bucket, he snaps a terrific run by the Rockets.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the drive and the dunk by SGA.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This team is still perfect in the NBA Cup.
Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. With Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Ali LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And alongside us is Shams Charania, who will be hanging out and chatting with us for a bit. Shams, great to have you with us as always, man.
Absolutely. And BA, there's a lot to talk about these days, so thanks for having me.
Tee us up now. Is the news robust or minimal at this time of year?
Oh, BA, it's always fluid with me.
We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. Taking a look at the Rockets, they've started strong this year, holding the second-place spot. And, of course, there's Utah. Well, they haven't had the season they wanted so far.
When I look at the Rockets, you have to really give it to them. I mean, they are backing up all the preseason hype. They've been outstanding early.
It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season.
Now let's take a look at the Rockets' opening lineup. They've got Stephen Curry, and it's Olajuwon in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Jazz, Filipowski out there with Walker Kessler. Then there's Keontae George, then it's Bailey, and it's Markkanen in at the 3 slot. And Shams, the Jazz adding some real scoring punch in the draft.
BA, there was a lot of drama around the Utah Jazz in the NBA draft, but listen, they held firm. They took Ace Bailey. He has a great opportunity on the wing. I'm told the Jazz are really excited. They feel like he's a perfect addition to really restart their retooling process. And Walter Clayton Jr. as well, the Jazz picked in the first round. He's shown that he can deliver under the pressure in college. Their offense is potentially primed for a lot of growth and progress this year.
Here's Olajuwon. Fades away and sinks a tough shot.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Here's Kessler. Off target at the rim. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Pass to Olajuwon. Here's Bird. Fires from deep. And Houston, another 3. And Shams, over the last 7 seasons, a different champion every year. The league's as wide open as it has ever been.
BA, remember also, through the NBA's first 51 seasons, the Lakers and the Celtics won more than half of the NBA titles. So this is a conscious effort to engage fans league-wide and create an opportunity for everyone to compete evenly every single year.
Yeah, not just a big market league anymore. George draws the double. Here's Kessler.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
They can't stop the run with that one. Here's Garnett, covered by Filipowski. The 3 from Curry. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And so Will Hardy calls a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And let's take a look at the first-year players who have really brought it on the offensive end. Here are the NBA's leading rookie scorers. Number 1, Ace Bailey.
Every year we see people enter the league and put up points, but he's been in a league of his own.
Yeah, he's an old head, mature beyond his year. He has a dominant offensive mindset. No matter what the defense throws at him, he lights up the scoreboard. It's really a special talent.
Now here's Curry. Really played well against Golden State in his last game. And another basket for Houston.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss the way they're knocking these shots down. Boy, everything's pure.
And we've heard greats like KD and LeBron question ring culture in the NBA, Shams.
They both chased after championships as well, though. They've both gone after those rings. And so, for sure, counting rings, that definitely oversimplifies the legacy of the game. We have to see exactly how the player's body of work stacks up. everyone's going to have their own opinion. Everyone's going to have their take. And trying to influence public opinion is a tricky game. At the end of the day, people are going to look at stats. They're going to look at how many championships you win. They're going to look at the
Think about the civic pride that comes to a city that an organization is in when they do win a championship.
Kevin Durant won 2 rings with the Warriors when he went there. LeBron James won 2 rings with the Miami Heat when he went there. So they both have gone and sought after that culture that comes with championship pedigree.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Guys, back to you.
That's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He might have seen something he needs to review with his guys. A different look here for Utah. Sensabaugh comes in for Filipowski, and it's Collier in for Bailey. Here's Collier, covered by Bryant. Pass to Sensabaugh. They still need this. Utah with another miss. The Rockets lead by 20. And 1:01 left in the first. Jordan with the bucket.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
Oh, my goodness! Disrespectful. Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
It's stolen by Curry. Back comes Houston in transition. And Curry throws it down.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Here's Collier. Yet to see a basket. 6 on the shot clock. Here's George. Kobe grabs the miss.
He can't get anything to fall, at least not this quarter.
James outside. Yes, sir, and it's Bryant picking up the assist.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Stephen Curry getting it done for the Rockets. He dropped 3 threes in that quarter. They haven't found an answer for him yet. We'll be right back. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
Yeah, they've also started out on fire from mid-range. We'll see if they continue to that approach as the game goes on.
Jusuf Nurkic is out there with George Niang. Then there's Collier, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 3. That's the group for Utah right now. Steps back. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and another basket for Houston. Some around the league, Shams, saying the Big 3 super team era is done. You see it that way?
Listen, BA, the latest CBA clearly is designed to spread talent around the league, clearly is designed for parity around the league, but I really feel like the super team era really came and went pretty quickly. We saw Miami with their Big 3 win it all. Kevin Durant to Golden State was really a one-off product of a salary cap spike in 2016. That's been about it. It's been about parity, but you still do need a couple stars in today's NBA to win.
Here's Collier. No made baskets yet. Lets the 3 fly. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Bird.
What you say?
Wow.
My goodness. Come on now.
And he goes in for the dunk.
Bird able to power through that defense despite the contact. I thought his length helped him out there.
Stolen by Bryant. Fast break. Here we go. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Launches it. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. And the one thing you hear about it hoop circles the weak link theory. You familiar, Shams?
Yeah, you know, it's an idea that to win nowadays, you can't have a weak link for the other team to expose. You need guys that can play both ends of the floor, guys that can play defense, guys that can also spread the floor, that aren't a liability on either end of the floor. So we saw that in the NBA Finals, two teams clearly stacked with guys who play both ends.
Hits the trifecta.
He's become so comfortable from long range. That shot's now a weapon for LeBron.
Tries the spin move. Pass to Nurkic. Niang inside. SGA covering. And another miss by Utah.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And they pick up 2.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands this team wants him to be aggressive on offense. Love watching him go to work.
Pass to Nurkic. Here's Sensabaugh. Stolen by Bryant. Picked his pocket. A minute and a half left to play in the second quarter. Here's Sensabaugh. Oh, deflected. Here's Collier. Covered by Bryant. Utah with another miss.
All alone from mid-range. You gotta think he's kicking himself.
All right, Chums, we know you got to hop back on your phone in case you have to break any news. Thank you for being with us here tonight. Great stuff.
Happy to be here, B.A. Thank you.
And as always, Shams with some great stuff there. I'll tell you what, this guy knows all when it comes to the NBA.